Hey, everybody. This is Steve coming to you this afternoon from the Vegan Van here in Southern California. It's January 3rd. It's a Wednesday afternoon. And I wanted to talk a little bit about cannabis. So, as I'm sure everybody knows by now, cannabis is now legal in the state of California. California joins a bunch of other states in legalizing this plant-based medicine. And I do stress it is medicine. I've been using cannabis now for over 40 years, and I can tell you there's been zero side effects except perhaps it costs a little bit too much money. And the only other side effect I've noticed personally is it tends to make me happy. So anyway, with that in mind, I want to let you know that I will not be smoking pot. I stopped smoking pot yesterday, now that cannabis is legal. And the reason is I've been given a tremendous opportunity through a friend of mine, through a buddy that I know, to go on a 10-day retreat, a 10-day meditation session out in 29 Palms, California. And I'm going to be learning 2,500-year-old Buddha meditation techniques. So for 10 days straight, there's going to be no speaking. There's going to be total silence for 10 days. No telephone, no internet, no radio, no TV, no pens, no paper, no speaking. And of course, I'm not going to be able to smoke weed. So with that in mind, I figured, well, since I've been smoking for so long, I'm not sure exactly what the, how hard it's going to be to stop. I mean, I know it's not addictive in a physical sense, but it might have a little psychological addiction going on. So I decided yesterday just to go cold turkey. It's been a day now and I feel fine. Feel like I have a little bit more energy than I normally do, which is not necessarily a good thing because I tend to, run pretty quickly all day long. But I want to do this. I want to be able to get out to the desert, get out to my my meditation classes without having to stress about, getting high. I believe this has been a really, really long time in coming, the legalization of this. Most Americans, people that I talk to, people that I deal with, those are mostly people over 50 years old and even over 40. They are on what I call drugs. People are on prescription medication. They're on medication for cholesterol, for heart, for blood pressure. There's just so many pills out there, and pills are what I refer to as when I think about a drug, something whipped up in a laboratory with chemicals. Okay, cannabis is a plant. It's been used for centuries, for thousands of years, as medicine. I believe that probably the pharmaceutical companies and the textile industries back in the 20s and the 30s decided that they didn't want the competition from this plant, and they put out a giant stigma on it so that if you smoked weed, you were kind of looked down upon as a loser, kind of a lightweight, as somebody who just wanted to coast through life. And I got to tell you, there are some stereotypes that do there are some people that do fit that particular stereotype. But most of the people that I know who use cannabis treat it with respect, treat it like the beautiful plant, like the beautiful medicine that it actually is. And so if you treat it with respect, you're going to get really good results. So like I said, I've used it for pain management, for my my aches and pains. I've had numerous motorcycle accidents throughout my life. I used to do some stunt work. So my body's pretty banged up in places. My back is kind of tweaked. And I find the cannabis really does work for me. But I'm going to go 30 days without smoking. Then 10 days out in the desert, obviously, without smoking. And we'll see how I feel when I come back in mid-February. I'm sure, I'll smoke pot again. But for the time being, I'm clean. I'll let you know how my my detox journey goes here for the next month. Should not be a big problem, but I'd love to know, excuse me, I'd love to know what your experiences have been with weed. Have you been smoking a lot? Do you smoke at all? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you think about the legalization of this? It's sure going to keep a lot of people, hopefully, out of jail. They're just sitting rotting away because of a plant. It's just not right. It's just not right. And I hope the rest of the country gets on board with this. I hope legalization takes place everywhere, but I want people to treat it seriously, not treat it as some kind of a joke, and I'm really not into it being used as a party drug. Okay, I do not drink. I think alcohol is poison, and you know, if you treat marijuana like a party drug, it's just going to be something that you just do to get high, and that's really not how it's supposed to be. So I sure appreciate you watching my videos. Let me know your thoughts on all this, and I'll catch you in the future. Thanks for watching. This is Steve, over and out. Talk to you soon.